各位傳媒朋友
Friends of the media, good morning. The Chief Executive will say a few words and then he will take questions from the floor. Please limit to just 2 questions. Chief Executive, good morning. I have 2 announcements today. The first one relates to the Hong Kong Exchange. And here is the announcement. Starting from the 25th of September, the Hong Kong Exchange will introduce a new arrangement. The securities market will maintain trading under severe weather conditions. In August last year, the Hong Kong government established a task force on promoting stock market liquidity in order to enhance competitiveness. The task force has recommended some short, medium to long-term measures. I've accepted these recommendations. I've also commissioned a study to implement these recommendations. The Hong Kong Exchange is going to maintain trading of the securities market under severe weather conditions as one of the short-term recommendations as put forward by the task force. Simply put, after issuing typhoon signal number 8 or above, or during black rainstorm warning, investors will be able to continue to trade in securities and derivatives. They will also be able to purchase a stock through the Stock Connect schemes. For other securities markets around the world, such as Shenzhen and Shanghai, they maintain trading even under severe weather conditions. Hong Kong is the only exception. Hong Kong is an international financial center, and there is no reason for us not to align with international standards. At the moment, trading is mostly conducted through electronic means. There is no reason why Hong Kong is the exception when it comes to maintaining trading under extreme weather conditions. The Hong Kong Exchange conducted consultation earlier on, and over 90% of brokerage firms and securities companies supported the proposal. Maintaining trading under severe weather conditions could bolster Hong Kong Exchange's competitiveness. It will also enhance Hong Kong's role as the gateway for the two-way trading with the markets in the mainland. The measure will be introduced in September, and there will be time for small-sized brokerage firms and other stakeholders to get prepared. This afternoon, a press briefing will be held for the Hong Kong Exchange and the FST Bureau to announce the details. And I also set up, since I assumed office, the Chief Executive's Exemplary Performance Award in order to commend civil servants who have achieved excellent performance. The awardees in the inaugural award presentation ceremony in 2023 is the rescue teams in the Turkey earthquake. And for this round, I'd like to make the following announcement. The winner of this award is the Task Force on Article 23 of Basic Law Enactment. This team comprises members from the Department of Justice, Security Bureau, and the Hong Kong Police Force. On the 19th of March, we successfully completed the mission of Basic Law Article 23 enactment. This is a historic mission that we achieved after waiting for 26 years, 8 months, and 19 days. The Legislative Council gave its unanimous support in the passage of this bill, and since then we have been able to plug this loophole in the national security laws in Hong Kong, and we have completed this glorious historic mission. This is all due to the good work of the task force. Over 30 consultation exercises were conducted, the task force explained the proposal in great detail to different sectors of the community. And then at the close of the consultation, within a week's time, they analyzed over 13,000 submissions. They made a report to the Legislative Council, and in just 9 days' time, they completed the drafting of the bill for tabling into the Council. 25 meetings were held at the Legislative Council, and the task force answered over 1,000 queries and scrutinized over 90 amendments. In light of the anti-China destabilizing forces, they rebutted and refuted mudslinging arguments, and they have spared no efforts in taking forward this task, and they are the heroes. I'd say that this group deserved winning the Chief Executive Exemplary Performance Award, and I feel proud for their hard work. The government will announce the details in due course. The floor will be open for questions. If you have questions, please raise your hand, and when you're called, please introduce the media outlet you represent, and please ask only 2 questions. This lady reporter. Good morning, I'm from TVB. Yesterday, the runway of the airport was suspended for 8 hours. As a result, some 450 flights were delayed. The runway was not cleared until the afternoon. Would you say that it's not efficient? Now, about the Hong Kong U scandal, it is said that the funding could be withdrawn. Under what circumstances would this happen? And when will the problem or the issue be resolved? Yesterday, because of a ruptured tire of the cargo plane and faults in the system of the plane, the north runway was closed for almost 8 hours. And in this incident, I know that the response mechanism has been followed. For example, notification was made, and then arrangements were made with additional manpower deployed. So I think by and large, in terms of security, the authority was able to meet the requirements in the contingency plan mechanism. But indeed, we can also review the incident and look for areas of improvement. The carrier will be submitting a report to the Hong Kong Airport Authority as well as the Transport and Logistics Bureau. The Bureau will, of course, consider the report in a serious manner to see whether all requirements have been fulfilled. Safety is of paramount importance. And in this incident, there was a system fault and a ruptured tire, and the cargo plane also had to offload the consignments. So it took more time than usual. We will review the whole process and see whether we could expedite any procedure further. So all the relevant authorities will look into the matter in a careful manner. I believe that with the commissioning of the third runway system by the end of the year, we will be able to handle the incident more efficiently. Now, as for the internal bickering of the Hong Kong U, as well as some operational inadequacies, we need to have regard to the university accounting agreements on which fundings would be disbursed. And last week, I announced that a group will be set up to help Hong Kong U go over the incident. The group has started work in this regard. In fact, we've had a meeting with the Vice Chancellor and Chairman of the Hong Kong U Council. And the arrangements will be made to meet with all the relevant personnel. At the same time, we need to check the records and verify facts. At this point, we have identified the problem, and that is for the post of vice presidents, some of them have been vacant for 5 years, and that's the same for interim vice president positions. And for some other positions, they've changed hands 5 times in 4 years, and these leave more to be desired. And I'm also of the view that if everyone agrees that the interests of the Hong Kong U should be given top priority, I don't think there is any problem with finding a solution. As long as there is a will, there's a way. So we need to accord priority and take it forward at full speed. Funding is an important matter. We have the accountability agreement signed with universities to ensure that public money is spent in an appropriate manner, and at the same time, we need to enhance governance and support the development of the university with public funding. We need to put the interests of the Hong Kong U first, and on this basis, we should forge consensus as quickly as possible to act on priority items. The working group will actively engage with the relevant individuals, and we will put questions to them during the meetings in order to verify the facts. I understand that the Hong Kong U Council and the Vice Chancellor welcome the work of the working group, and I hope that everyone will put the interests of Hong Kong U first.
Next. The reporter on the second row, please. The one in green. The reporter on the second row in green.
Lee, I'm from TMHK. So, first question will be: would there be any questions? Would there be any updates on the progress of the Regional Comprehensive Economic Partnership (RCEP) after Premier Li Qiang spoke of his support for Hong Kong during his visit in Australia and New Zealand? And secondly, on yesterday's runway accident, how do you find the handling of it, and do you think there is any room for improvement? Thank you.
Regarding RCEP, we are very keen on joining it because we think we can contribute to the overall good of RCEP. We also think Hong Kong can benefit from it because I think 70% of the Hong Kong merchandise trade has been with RCEP countries. We are very pleased to note that 10 ASEAN countries have indicated support for Hong Kong to join RCEP. I also know that RCEP members are in the process of discussing the accession procedure for new members. It is being discussed and it hasn't been concluded. But we are ready to take part at any time when it is considered that we can help the discussion or actually join in the process of accession. Of course, Hong Kong government will continue our effort to talk to other RCEP members to gain their support for our accession to RCEP. I think Hong Kong's accession will do a lot of good to RCEP because Hong Kong is a very free economy. we have strengths in different areas, including financial center, including our development in INT, and Hong Kong is a gateway to mainland cities. So Hong Kong, as an international city, being both connected to the international world as well as to cities in the mainland, we have a lot to offer. Our professional services are also first class of international standard, so they will be helping member countries of RCEP to develop and prosper. As regards the incident yesterday about the closure of the north runway of airport, it is an incident that involved a freighter, the tire of which burst, and also the hydraulic system failed. So the procedures is to ensure that it will be safely removed from the runway. That means offloading the cargo there. I note that the action taken was in accordance with the emergency plan that is designed for such an incident. And I've also noted that there are a series of measures to ensure it was handled properly, including public announcement, including special public transportation, special flight arrangement, and also increasing manpower to ensure that different needs were addressed. We have asked for reports to be submitted, and the airline concerned will submit report to both the airport authority and the civil aviation department. TLB, of course, will take an active role in scrutinizing the report. I'm a believer that for any matter, there's always room for improvement. I'm glad that the incident was handled safely. I think that is the most important principle in any emergency incident. That has the number one priority. We will scrutinize the report and then see whether any extra action can be taken by the airline, by AA, and other parties concerned.
好，最後一條提問。
We'll take the last question. The lady on the third row, please. I'm from Dim Sum Daily. Would you consider increasing the frequency of sleeper train services as well as the destinations? Lord Sumption, the MPJ who has recently retired, his remarks have sparked controversies. Over the past few days, there were criticisms against the remarks of Lord Sumption. He was the MPJ of the Court of Final Appeal in Hong Kong. Has the SAR government reached out to Lord Sumption on his criticism or the remarks he made? The sleeper train to Beijing and Shanghai has been very popular. We understand that the tickets were quickly sold out. We see that passengers had a pleasant experience on the sleeper train journey and they had positive feedback. We have heard people's views and will reflect those views to relevant parties. The railway companies attach importance to the new arrangement of sleeper trains. The sleeper trains allow passengers to make good use of their time so that they don't have to waste time during their journey. They can make use of their time on the train to have a good rest so that in the next morning they can carry on with their journeys. Tour groups also make use of the sleeper trains. as we see that passengers were able to sleep on the train so that they can make good use of their time during their trips. I also see that there was very good feedback from passengers. We'll continue to monitor the situation, and we look at how popular the sleeper train is and the demand for sleeper trains, so we will exchange views with the railway operators. If there are actual needs and if we can make the relevant arrangements, we would like to satisfy the needs of passengers. Any adjustment to the arrangement would involve the entire high-speed rail network and system. It also would involve the deployment of different trains. As to how we are able to do that, we'll have to adopt a holistic approach as we make this consideration. On the remarks made by Lord Sumption, who has left the Court of Final Appeal, well, last week I made my position clear here. Overseas judges take part in dealing with cases at the Court of Final Appeal. This mechanism will remain unchanged. We will not make adjustments to this system because of any remarks made by overseas judges. All judges from the Court of Final Appeal say that they are very confident with the rule of law in Hong Kong. They will remain impartial, they will remain fair, and they will, in accordance with the rule of law principle as well as the judicial procedures as they handle any cases in Hong Kong. I believe these voices are heard loud and clear by us. Thank you. That's all for the press briefing today. Thank you.
就係我哋停市嘅安排咧，係應該係9月。
But the arrangement about maintaining training under severe weather conditions should be the 25th of September. A correction. I didn't make it clear just now. I said the 23rd of September. It's 25th of September.